Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Inspiring Club. Today, I'm going to talk to you about turning your hobby or your talent into a place of business. So, if you are somebody that loves designing, I know a lot of people love to turn their art into t shirts, or if you are somebody that loves to make food, you might want to turn your recipe into a business. So I wanted to give you the reality check and I want to encourage you to do it. But I believe that speaking from the heart and experience, it's very important before you get into anything to have the reality check of it. So here I am letting you know that if you love to bake and you want to start a shop and have all your baked goods in the shop, just keep in mind that as a business entrepreneur, your business time will be used in baking, obviously, but it's only going to be maybe 20% of your time being taken up in baking that you can actually allow if you're going to run your business. Obviously, that might not even be a reality because you cannot just bake and bake and bake only 20% of the time. You should be devoting 90% of your time to baking if that's what your talent is. But when you're running a business, if you want to be doing all the baking, then you're going to have to hire the people to do all your marketing. Because otherwise, as we know, with baked goods, it has a shelf life. So how are you going to bake everything or even paint anything if you want to paint on t-shirts? Because fashion and baking actually have something in common, which is they have a shelf life. Baking is much shorter because your products only have a shelf life of maybe tops a few days. So how are you going to keep it fresh and be able to sell it quick and make a profit? Well, you need a marketing team and you need to be able to allocate people to basically juggle all your finances. So you need a really great accounting team to advise where your money needs to go in this business. So, and remember, you also have to wear many, many hats. So 1 minute you'll be baking, the next minute you'll be talking to your accountant, the next minute you'll be on a marketing campaign with your tech people. And then at the end of the night, you're going to be sweeping the floors and disinfecting the counters. So how are you going to have time for all this? You cannot do it yourself. The reality check is you either have to find a partner that loves to do all that extra stuff that you don't want to do and then share the duties, or wait until you can afford to hire the people. Do not try to do everything all by yourself, because that is how entrepreneurs stop before they even start, or they get themselves in a real financial bind. So you can start really small, right? But the thing is, even when you start small, you still have to do all the steps. So if you're baking pies, you still need to let the people know where to find these pies, right? And it's not an easy task. If you're trying to turn this hobby into making money, you have to really sit down and consider how much time it's going to take, because you need to be able to have time to do both. So just sit down, do a checklist, sit with your accountant, tell them you want to turn your talent into a business, but take that expert opinion to heart and don't get discouraged. Just take your time to do this and make a really amazing strategy plan, and you will succeed. Just don't rush into it. All good things happen in time. When you rush it, then that's when mistakes happen. So I encourage you to keep doing your craft, and learning how to turn it into a business is a whole other project. So get the advice you need from the experts that deal with the marketing end of it and the financing end of it. So I want to encourage you to keep going forward, and remember, I believe in you, and you can do anything you put your heart to.